and we're back with another video. Today's video is my recent race at DCXC 2023. This was in early June, so I was in the Cat 3 or beginner race, another 7-mile race, just like my race a couple weeks ago at Rails to River. So this race was at Schaeffer Farms in, I believe, Germantown, Maryland. Sign up for this race, just to have fun, get some more race experience. Have another race coming up later in the summer. But yeah, this was my most recent race. Just got a little bit of footage. Just gonna show some highlights in this video. I will say that the camera I'm filming on, which is the DJI Action 3, my settings are a little bit messed up on this video, so the quality is not exactly how I would like it to be, and the camera is angled a little bit too far downward, so I definitely cut out a lot of footage from this race, but still just wanted to show some highlights from my experience. This is my first time at DCXC, and I believe it's like a USA cycling sanctioned race, so they do have official like Cat 3, Cat 2, Cat 1 categories. I did have to get a single day USA cycling license to even compete in this race. But here we go. This is kind of the beginning of the course. I've been to Schaeffer Farms before. It's definitely a pretty nice area for riding. Just single track, dirt, roots, rocks, things like that. Nothing too crazy. No jumps. Just a few creek crossings. So this is the beginning of the race. I definitely tried to go out slow. I didn't get to warm up that well before the race. So since I went out slow, I definitely got caught behind some people because there was just really no room to pass during these single track portions of the race. So as you can see right here, I don't know what this guy was doing, but he literally came out of nowhere, cut me off, fell on top of me, and just knocked me over. So as you can see, like 5 people just passed me, so I don't know what that guy's problem was. I ended up passing him, but it is what it is. So, since this is a Cat 3 race, a lot of people here are beginners, including myself, but a lot of people, this might have been their first race as well, so they may not have known the lay of the land and, race etiquette. So there were a few close calls in this race. I think you'll see one coming up soon. So after that little incident, I passed some of those guys again and tried to make up some time. So just going through a fast section here, trying to catch up to some other people. So, of course, same bike as my last video. It was a 2020 Trek Excalibur 8. It's an aluminum hardtail. You guys have seen this bike in multiple videos. So here I think I'm caught up to the guys I was behind before that sort of crash. Yeah, still kind of just stuck behind them because there wasn't a good place to pass. And then that guy, I guess he had pulled over for some reason and then just cut me off, so I had to veer off the course. So again, it's just something that I feel like with more experienced riders probably wouldn't do stuff like that. Like they would, look to see if anyone's coming before just, starting their ride again. So that was kind of frustrating, but the race goes on. Nice little creek crossing here. There weren't as many creek crossings at this race as there were at the Rails to River race, which was my most recent video. So, creek crossings are cool, but they definitely just make your wheels and brakes wet, so traction can be an issue later on. So this is definitely a big line or a big group of people I was just kind of stuck behind. There's no real room to pass right here, so that's just kind of the nature of cross-country mountain bike races. Still a pretty enjoyable course. Like I've said, I've ridden here a few times in the past. Fairly flat. There are some ups and downs. There's no crazy climbs or crazy downhill sections. This, kind of flowy single track. A couple of routes here and there. I think there's less routes, on this course than the previous race video I put out, which was at Lake Fairfax in Virginia. So I actually might prefer this course a little bit more than the Lake Fairfax course. So now I'm stuck behind another guy, and you might see him multiple times in the video. So for some reason he would do exactly that. He would like bike and then stop and then speed back up past me, and then he would just stop again, so I would pass him. So we were just kind of like passing each other multiple times. So I don't know what was up with that, but I guess you just, you know, find different people in these beginner races. So this was a cool section kind of near the cornfields at Schaeffer Farms. Really fast downhill section. But coming up is a pretty interesting thing that happened. So I'll just let it play out. You can see. Yeah, so I kind of just had a wipe out there. It's pretty frustrating because I lost all my speed. So it wasn't anyone else's fault. I just kind of lost focus for a second and veered slightly off of the course, and then it was like loose dirt, so my front wheel just kind of washed out. I didn't completely fall over or anything, but I lost all my momentum from that big hill. That was kind of frustrating, but the race goes on. So now we're, you know, approaching kind of the latter portions of the race. You know, these are some pretty fun sections. I think there's some more flowy sections in this part of the race. So, you know, towards the end, I was riding with these guys almost until the finish line. So they were, you know, had pretty similar skill sets to me, I would say. This was definitely a fun part of the race, and I think we all knew that we were nearing the finish line, so we definitely tried to pick up the pace a little bit. And yeah, I mean, you all will see the finish of the race. In my class, so my class was like the, I don't know, like 18 to 29 year olds. There was actually only 4 people in the class, so I ended up finishing first in that class. Overall, I can't even remember, I was maybe like top 25 or something overall at the race for the Cat 3 race. So here's the finish, you know, just a grass portion to the finish line. And yeah, that's my experience at DCXC 2023. Of another race coming up in a couple of weeks or 1 or 2 months. So you guys will see that on YouTube soon. So that's all for now. I'll catch you all in the next video.